Welcome to today's lecture. Today we will be studying about few general features of the pulse and also the palpation of the pulse in the lower limbs. First of all, what do you mean by pulse? When blood is ejected from the left ventricle into the systemic circulation, it produces a pressure wave which can be palpated as the pulse. The arterial pulse is being detected by compressing the vessel against a firm underlying structure, usually the bone. The palpation of the peripheral pulses is most important for the general examination of all the patients. For checking a pulse, the tips of the index and the middle finger is being used. While checking a pulse, we can see the rate, rhythm, volume and the character of the pulse. If the rhythm of the pulse is regular, then the rate can be calculated by counting the pulse for 15 seconds and multiplying into 4 times. That is to calculate for 1 minute. Whereas if the rhythm is irregular or if it is slow, then the rate has to be calculated by palpating the pulse for 1 minute. If the rhythm of the pulse is irregular, then the rhythm can be either regularly irregular rhythm or else irregularly irregular rhythm. The rate of the pulse is being calculated by beats per minute. The normal rate of the pulse is 60 to 100 beats per minute. If the beats is less than 60, it is called as sinus bradycardia. If the beats is more than 100, then it is called as sinus tachycardia. The character of the pulse refers to the waveform or the shape of the pulse. Now we will study about the pulse palpation in the lower limb. We will study about the femoral pulse, popliteal pulse, then the anterior tibial pulse, posterior tibial pulse, as well as the dorsalis pedis pulse. Now coming to the femoral pulse. So the pulsation of the femoral artery is felt just below the mid-inguinal point. So you can see here, this is the mid-inguinal point. Just below the mid-inguinal point, you will feel the pulsations of femoral artery. So this mid-inguinal point is the midpoint between the anterior superior iliac spine and the pubic symphysis. So here there will be pubic symphysis. So between the pubic symphysis and the anterior superior iliac spine is the mid-inguinal point. So the femoral artery pulse can be palpated just below the mid-inguinal point. So this artery, that is the pulse of this artery, is felt against the underlying tendon of psoas major muscle and the head of the femur. So this picture is showing how to palpate the popliteal pulse. So this popliteal pulse is most difficult to palpate among the other peripheral pulses. The pulse can be felt when the knee is flexed to around 120 degree and the fingertips of both the hands are placed in the popliteal fossa such that they will meet in the midline and the thumb of both the hands will be resting on the patella. So you can see the fingertips of both the hands will be placed in the popliteal fossa such that they meet in the midline, whereas the thumb is placed over the patella. Both the hands, the thumb is placed over the patella. So with the fingertips of both the hands which is present over the popliteal fossa, you can palpate the popliteal pulse. This slide is also showing how to palpate the popliteal pulse, but this is when the patient is in a prone position. So you can see previous picture, the patient was in supine position. Here the patient is in prone position. So how to palpate is this? You are supposed to flex the knee to 90 degree. So in this they are not shown exactly 90 degree, but you are supposed to flex the knee up to 90 degree and you are supposed to press the thumb deep into the popliteal fossa. So when you press the thumb deep into the popliteal fossa, you can palpate the popliteal pulse. This slide will show you where to palpate for the anterior tibial pulse. So you can see here this is the anterior tibial artery. So whereas what you're seeing here, so this is the medial malleolus, this is the lateral malleolus. So at the midpoint of both the malleolus, that is the medial malleolus and the lateral malleolus, at the midpoint of it, you can see the anterior tibial artery will continue as the dorsalis pedis artery. So you have to, for palpating the anterior tibial pulse, it can be felt at the midpoint in front of the ankle or else a point just above the midpoint of the medial and the lateral malleolus, just above it, because from there it continues as the dorsalis pedis artery. This slide is showing you how to palpate the posterior tibial artery. So it can be felt against the calcaneum. So here the bone is the calcaneum, about 2 centimeter below and behind the medial malleolus. So here will be the medial malleolus which would be present. So 2 centimeters below and behind the medial malleolus, you can palpate the posterior tibial artery. Since the artery passes deep to the flexor retinaculum, it is important to ask the patient to slightly invert his foot so that it will relax the flexor retinaculum. So this picture is showing you how to palpate the dorsalis pedis artery pulse. So it is palpated by pressing against the underlying tarsal bones. So this portion, there will be the tarsal bones. So against the tarsal bone you have to press in between the tendons of extensor hallucis longus and the tendon of extensor digitorum longus. That is the first tendon of extensor digitorum longus. So in between these two you have to palpate for the dorsalis pedis artery. This slide is also showing how the dorsalis pedis artery is palpated. So it will be present in between the tendons of extensor hallucis longus, which is going to the big toe, then the extensor digitorum longus, which is going to the second toe. Also, you have to have an idea that in 14% of the individuals, the dorsalis pedis artery is absent. Thank you for watching.